Hi guys, this is Randy with Atomic Vapes. This is going to be my first review video. Sorry about the camera quality in advance. It's the built-in camera on my laptop. If I get plenty of subscribers and people actually want to watch my videos, I'll invest in a better camera at a later date. But I wanted to go ahead and get some of these reviews out here for you. Today we're going to be talking about the new reuleaux RX200. It is a new mod by Wismec and Jabo. Has a Joytech chip in it. It's 200 watts with temperature control. It has temp mode in nickel, titanium, and stainless steel. The temperature goes up to 600 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's 200 watts. Okay, this is a triple battery mod. So it holds three 18650 batteries. It has battery venting, or chip venting on either side here, and I believe these are for battery venting. Underneath the battery cover, it just pulls off the back here. Has 3 batteries. Nice spring-loaded connectors there for the negative side. Battery strap. Has 4 magnetic buttons on here that hold the battery case on. There's absolutely no battery rattle. If anything, it's a little bit of a pain to get it off, but in my opinion, that's a good thing. And you don't have to change the batteries as much because it holds 3 batteries, so you really don't have to get in there as much as you would think. Another cool feature on this is it does have upgradable firmware. So on the front, there's a port that will also charge the device. They do not recommend continuous charging through this. It's more of an emergency charge. They still recommend pulling the batteries out and actually putting them on your charging bay. It's better for the batteries. I'm going to go ahead and take a puff off this. This is the reuleaux crown tank with a .25 stainless coil in there. That's running about 70 watts. Now, one of the things I love about this device is that it does have stainless steel temp mode, because stainless steel is kind of a new thing. A lot of people I've seen are coming out with stainless steel coils, and I love the stainless steel coils on this crown. It's the best tank I've tried so far. And I can run it in regular watt mode, or I can switch it over and do temp mode without having to swap my coil to a nickel or a titanium. To swap temp mode, you just click 3 times. Now that's nickel temp mode. 3 times again. Titanium temp mode. And now we're in stainless steel temp mode. Still chucks pretty well in temp mode as well. Sorry about that. That was my alarm clock. These do come in 2 different colors. First color is an all black. It's actually really nice. I prefer most of my mods in black. Goes really well with my black crown, and most of my RDAs are black as well. They call this one a blue, I believe, and it looks like a baby blue on my screen recording it, but to me it actually looks like an aqua teal color. And this white is actually a pearly looking white. It's a really, really nice color. And now that this one's empty, I can show you the battery bay. It's 2 negative up in the back. You just put the strap underneath there, slide your 2 batteries in, fold the strap over, and then I set my outside battery on top of the strap so it holds it down, doesn't get caught in the battery cover or anything like that. So if you actually look at it, the batteries go out to about here. So this whole front section is not very big, and that's got your chip, charging port, buttons, everything in that front section. So they actually made this thing pretty compact. One of the things I like about this over a standard mod is the way it fits in your hand. It has a almost triangle-like design on it. and it feels fantastic in the hand. I can get my hand all the way around the device and touch my middle finger to my thumb, and it feels like I have a better grip on it. The only thing is, it's kind of a slick mod. I think the paint on the back battery cover and on the front section here is supposed to be almost like a rubber type paint. It is a little grippy, but since you can get your hand around it, I'm not as worried about it slipping and falling out of my hand. Honestly, it's the best mod I've ever felt hand-wise. On the bottom, it does say, you can't see it because it's actually a black mod with black writing, so it's really hard to read. It says the reuleaux RX200. It's designed by Jabo, manufactured by Wismec, and then Joytech chip, of course. Now, the only con to this device that I've found so far is the battery life display. All you have is that little battery on there. It doesn't show you a percentage. There's no way, as far as I know, to check the voltage of the remaining power. The voltage on the screen is actually the output voltage. So that's the only con I have, is I like to know how much battery life I have. But this thing, I normally swap a regular box mod with 2 batteries running at 80 watts all day. I swap probably twice because I vape so much working in a shop and everything. With this one, I can go the whole day without swapping batteries. They are brand new, 3,000 mAh piece, so I got 9,000 mAh battery life in there. So that might have something to do with it. As the batteries degrade, I might have to swap towards the end of the day. But so far, I'm very impressed with the battery life. This is my first triple 18650 mod, and I'm loving it compared to a double. Alright, let's show you what comes in the box. This is the packaging. It's going to say Wismec. Has a almost blueprint-like drawing of the reuleaux, and then it says the reuleaux RX200. And I keep saying RX200. They do have a DNA 200 version of this mod. It's going to run you about $100 more, if not a little bit over $100 more for the DNA 200 mod. From what I understand, the reuleaux were selling so well, and the concept behind the actual physical design of this, everybody loved it so much they decided to put out a more affordable one. And these look almost identical to the DNA ones, just a few subtle differences, like the screen's a little bit smaller, and normally there's a little kind of indent in this button here, and that's not on these. I'm sure there's a few other subtle differences. There are side-by-side reviews out there that I've watched, if you want to go check those out. Alright, so inside the box, got a nice little foam ring to keep the mod still. You'll pull it out, you got an instruction booklet. I believe it's got English, Spanish, French, and I believe Chinese in there for the instructions. Then you have a little pull out that sits in there, and there's a cord. It's a nice heavy duty cord for charging and upgrading your firmware. And then it also comes with this little warning card. It says, please be careful not to use batteries with torn casings, as it is a safety hazard. It's pretty much common sense. If the casing is torn, most batteries, the entire outer shell is the negative side of the battery. So if your casing's torn and makes contact with something, it could potentially be dangerous. So keep an eye on that. And let's show you the back. On the back of the device, it kind of shows a little story. It says, the RX200, a new version of the reuleaux designed by Jabo, still features the use of 3 removable 18650 batteries and reverse polarity protection. However, the new and powerful chip has maximum output of 200 watts. Advanced temperature control functions including titanium, nickel, stainless steel modes. The upgradable firmware and vibrant color options separate this from the rest. and then it goes to tell you what's in there, which is a reuleaux RX200 without cells and a USB cable. Also has an authenticity scratch off here. Tells you what color it is. Designed in California, manufactured by Wismec, made in China. So a lot of the ones that say, you know, they're made in America, most of them are designed in America. All the stuff comes from China or somewhere else, and then they might add like the last one or two pieces and then call it made in America. Here's the sides of the boxes. It does not specify what the warranty is, because one of the things I like to check out when I buy a new device or I'm looking at new devices is what kind of warranty comes with it. It didn't come with a card or anything that I saw or in the instructions about the warranty at all. So I went ahead and got on Wismec's site and looked up their warranty information. And from what I can tell, it does carry a 90-day manufacturer warranty. You know, that doesn't cover it being dropped. That doesn't cover any liquid damage. I mean, if you have an RDA and you pour half a bottle of juice in there and it gets all down in the chip, they're not going to cover that. But if you have something from the manufacturer within the first couple months, you know, something just stops working, or, you know, one of your battery push down pins for the negative side comes off or something like that, they'd probably take care of it. For warranty information, you'd have to look more into that, maybe give them a call and see what their process is for returns and what they're going to do about it. When I understand, they either fix or replace it, which isn't a bad deal. Overall, I've been using this device for about 2 weeks, and so far I'm thoroughly impressed. I had a home wrecker before, and I loved the home wrecker, but the way this feels in your hand, the way it vapes, the fact that it holds 3 batteries and actually feels smaller than a 2-battery mod is fantastic. I like not having to worry as much about changing the batteries. I do have a Rage battery flask that I just picked up. It's a 4-battery flask. Little magnets on here for this. Since it's only a 3-battery mod, I keep 3 batteries in here, and then I keep some spare cotton just in case I have to rewick. I always run into instances where I need to rewick, but it just snaps right back on. But I never have cotton on me, so that's perfect. Has some little air holes down here. A little bit of battery rattle in this, which to me is kind of annoying. Probably going to stick a little bit of extra cotton from a rewick, just some scraps or something, down in there, each one, to kind of build them up to get rid of some of that battery rattle. But overall, this thing's really nice. You put it in your pocket, it forms to your leg, you barely ever know it's even there. And that works back pocket and front leg pockets. You don't necessarily need them depending on what kind of power you're running. I mean, if you vape as much as I do, I'm going on 120 mils a week. I work at a vape shop, so I pretty much just sit here and vape all day long. When I'm at home and not at the shop, I vape a little less. But if you get into vaping, you know, over 100 watts and close to as frequently as I do, using as much juice, you may have to keep them with you and be a little more worried about it. I carry them with me just in case, but rarely do I ever need the spares. They're just nice. I can throw a set on the battery charger and then pop this new set in, and it'll run me another almost 24 hours. Alright, if you guys have any questions other than what I've covered in the review, please feel free to comment and ask, or message me and ask. This is my first review. I may have missed a few things or not covered something. Sorry about, you know, the alarm going off and everything like that. I'm going to learn the editing function, but for now, I'm just going to go ahead and leave that part in there to get the video up, because I tried recording it about 6 times last week, but customers kept coming in and interrupting, and I would pause with something in the middle of the screen, and it'd look weird if I just resumed it, and it would skip. So, please like, comment, and subscribe. The more subscribers I get, the more frequently I'll update videos or upload videos. And I'll have some more. I'll probably upgrade 3 or 4 here within the next day or 2. Alright, thanks guys. Vape on.